Hey everyone, what's going on? My name is Rob, and thank you for checking out my podcast. Thank you for those who are returning. So let's get started. So, what I'd like to talk about today is self confidence, self value, and self discipline. Now, these three go hand in hand, especially for me. And the main message I want to send across is knowing who you are, loving yourself, and how to apply yourself. Self value. In another word, self esteem. Who are you? What do you think about yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you care about what other people think of you? These are all questions that I ask myself all the time. When I was a kid, it was a time of being carefree, so I didn't care. But as I got older, hitting puberty, going through high school, college, I noticed I'm trying to change, but I don't know why. All I all I felt was I'm trying to fit in. I'm trying to find where I belong. So I changed to be someone that I'm not. So I would fake. I have no problem admitting that. I would fake just so I can fit in for people to like me. As I got older, I noticed why I did that. Because I didn't have a lot of confidence. I didn't have very much of a self esteem. I didn't have value, self value at all. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. So I wasn't happy. For the last few years, I started to find myself. I asked myself the same question: who am I? Do I love myself? Do I care about what other people say? And my answer is no, I don't really care anymore. Because knowing who I am, loving myself, allow me to be who I am. So in other words, I'm a lot happier. And being who I am actually attracted so many more people to me. And most of them I don't even like. Not to be too funny, but that's just the truth. I got to be in control now. I control who come into my circle and other people to allow me to come into their circle. And I think that's the most genuine way of living life. It's knowing who you are and having yourself to be accepted by other people. So self-esteem, self-value is very important. Understand that we are not alone. I mentioned this numerous times in past podcasts, and I'll bring it up again in the future podcasts. I don't care about what people think anymore because through life, you have to understand that we're all different. We're all unique. There are people like us who share the same interests, who share the same philosophy, who share the same type of food you like eating. Mine is chicken wings, buffalo wings from Hooters. There you go. There's some fun fact about me. Anyway, so just having a higher self-esteem, just looking at myself and loving who I am and knowing who I am. All the new friends I made over the past 8, 5, 3, 2 years, these friends are so genuine, so transparent. They treat me like family. It's an awesome feeling because the minute you start to drop your guard and allow people to come into your life, you will start to really notice that it's so raw. It's like family raw. You know how family we get frustrated with each other. We're around each other all the time, so we know how to push each other's button. But that's family, and that's how my friends are now. The older one, the younger one, you start to guide people. You start to learn because I'm a teacher. I'm also a student at the same time because we learn from each other and we teach each other all the time, and that's life, and that's how we grow. Self discipline. Now, the first time I heard the word, I wasn't too sure what it meant, so I looked it up. It was something along the line of being in military and having to follow orders, otherwise you get punished. Well, that sounds horrible. So, reinterpreting the word of self discipline, I actually took it as a self commitment to commit because I'm in control. Unlike the military, I'm not in control. I'm being told what to do, and if I don't do it, I punish myself. No, it shouldn't be like that. You just hold yourself accountable for something you didn't do, you didn't accomplish because you set that goal, you didn't do it. That's your own fault. And that's fine. You learn from that mistake. So, anyway, so self discipline, self commitment, control. Remember, you're in control of yourself. You're in control of your decision. You're in control of your destiny. So if you don't have that control, it will be haywire. So I remember when I was in school, and this was like maybe 10 years ago, I attended a program involving massage therapy. And prior to that, that was when I was in my educational stage where I'm going to college and trying to figure out what I want to do, get a career. And I didn't commit to it. I was very lazy, and all I cared about was my social life. All I cared about when the next party, who that girl looking at me, or wow, that guy's cool. In other words, it was just like high school all over again, and it just on a bigger scale. Unfortunately, that wasted a lot of time. But when time has passed, I finally attended back into school. I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and be myself. What do I have to lose? Nothing. I was very genuine to myself. I was very transparent with others. And I noticed that people like me. And that was a big shocker to me because I never was myself. And when I was starting to be accepted by others, I realized, what was I thinking? Why did I try to be someone I wasn't? My colleague, who are now my friends, my mentor, who became a role model, and the administration, the colleague from people from other program, they they got to know me. They got to see who I am. They saw what I like to do, how I contribute to the school, to them, how helpful I am. I'm just very considerate, and these are all words coming from them. At graduation, I was actually able to be a guest speaker to my graduating class from all program. It was a great experience. I was speaking in front of like several hundred graduating students. I was very proud of it. I asked my dean and asked her why did you nominate me? She told me I was the talk of the school. I was actually highly valued by all my instructors, my mentor, and well respected by my classmate and all the colleagues. So I guess I made my name and my presence known. I realized something. Wow, that was easy. I wasn't expecting that. It made me feel really good because I was just true to myself, and I didn't have to be fake like I was in high school or even college. It wasn't even about reinventing myself. It just allowing myself to be who I am, to not care being judged. And I think that's a very important lesson. If you don't show yourself to the world, who will know who you are? How would you know who you are? Think about that. So, moving on, self confidence. Now, we hear this all the time, but do we know the difference between confident and cockiness? Well, let me share a story with you. This is a true story, my story. I have a friend I've known for a decade now, and I asked her, let me ask you this. How did I come off when you first met me? And she told me, well, you came off very cocky. And I responded with, wait, what? Like, wait, what? Why? How? And because I wasn't sure, like, wait, I thought I came off very confident. But she told me, no, you came off like you're too full of yourself. You're too sure of yourself. You're way too, almost like you're a smuck. I was like, wow, damn, okay, yeah, that's what you call a true friend. She was very transparent with me, which is good, and that allowed me to understand first impression much better. So being confident, you have to understand it gets a very different feeling. You're more sure of yourself. You give the people the impression that you're strong, that you're a strong leader. You're more appealing. You're more sure. You're positive. It's a very different vibe. Now, who knows this better than anyone else? Women. Yes, I'm sure guys out there understand that women can sense this. And yes, they they can tell whether you're being fake, you're being cocky, or you're actually genuinely very confident. And I can share another experience. And yes, it's related to girls. So I remember one year for, I believe it was my birthday, that I went to the club. My friend and I, we celebrated together. We're having fun. And I decided to go out to the patio with a friend of mine. and we were just chatting away and doing our thing and having to, having a few drink and not caring about what our surroundings are because I was there having fun. I didn't have any alternative, any motive. Just I'm enjoying my birthday. Not realizing it, I was attracting so much attention. I didn't know why. And left and right, and I'm not exaggerating, a table with four girls just called me over to talk. I'm like, okay, this is new. And as I talked to them and very sure of myself, and I wasn't sure because of the alcohol or was it because of just me. But man, I didn't realize I was getting so much attention. And I asked one of the girl in the table, why did you call me over out of all the guys outside here? Why do you guys call me over? And they said, well, you seem nice. I'm like, okay, that doesn't answer my question. What drawn you guys to me? They said, oh, you seem very confident. I'm like, what is confident? They're like, well, your posture, my body language, the way I was talking, the way I was speaking to my friend, the way I just almost carefree. They like that. They feel that, okay, this guy seems genuine. So let's talk to him. And I will not continue the rest of the story, but you gotta get the idea that being confident and being cocky are two totally different things. When you're confident in yourself, you create more opportunity. You open doors for yourself. You get more positive feedback. But in order to be more confident, we have to practice. It doesn't just be there overnight. Some of us it's come more naturally, and that's other reason why because it's just come more naturally. And I will explain that in the future podcast why that is. But for some people, it takes practice, and that's okay because I feel that we are all born with confidence, but we never apply it. That's why for some of us, we need to practice and allow ourselves to come out more, allow ourselves to be more of ourselves, to be who we are, to be genuine, to be not fake. And I say fake because I speak from experience. And it really is a game changer. When you stop being fake, you stop being cocky, you stop not being you. So confidence is it's more than just picking up girls, picking up guys, getting a job. It's more for who you are. It's self control and choice. And when I say choice, you have to understand choice. You choose who you are, but that's not it though. I know people had told me, "Oh, you choose to be who you are. You choose this. You choose that." No, that's more of a decision of something that you're trying to decide on something. But when you're talking about yourself, the only choice you have: do you choose to let people know who you are, or do you choose to hide behind all these masks? There's a big difference. So that I believe that's the only choice when it comes to who you are. Do you choose to let the world know who you are? Or do you choose to mask yourself from the world? Now, just to be transparent with you guys and being on the same topic of confidence, even this podcast, it's not perfect. I do make mistakes. I do stutter. I do mispronounce certain words and all the stuff that might annoys me, but it's okay. It's going to take some practice. And I believe that it will get better and better as I do more and more podcasts in the future. So it's not going to stop me. This is where I'm committed to. And I'm very sure of myself. I'm very confident. I'm very, very, very sure because I have a goal. I want to reach that goal of creating a podcast where I can share with everyone of how I grow, how I learn, how I progress, and be a better version of myself. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. So I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Just go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, go ahead and hit the bell. If you have any questions or a comment, leave it down below. Take care, and I'll see you guys next week.